Again on TVC Breakfast Saturday. Well, Nigerian playwright Ola Awakan has announced plans to collaborate with the National Troupe of Nigeria to tell the story of the first Prime Minister of the country, who is Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, and this is going to be on stage. Ola Awakan says the project is the second in the series of his Tales of Legends. We have details in this report.
After a successful production of Abibatu Mogaji to celebrate the life and times of the mother of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, award-winning broadcast journalist and playwright Ola Awakan has announced plans to tell the story of Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa on stage.
We are excited to make public our plans to bring on stage the life and times of the first Prime Minister of Nigeria, Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. This production explores the enduring themes of patriotism, resilience, and visionary leadership exemplified by Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa.
The artistic director of the National Troupe of Nigeria says she is excited to be collaborating on the live theatre project designed to preserve the history and culture of legends.
We at the National Troupe of Nigeria are very delighted to be part of this historic project, the Tales of the Legends of Nigeria. It is something our Federal Ministry of Art, Culture, Tourism and the Creative Economy is excited to partner with also.
I am committed with my team of actors, assistant directors, of giving you a very good picture, picturizing the script on stage, enlivening whatever the love letter that Ola Awakan has written.
Some of the actors on the project want the Nigerian audience to expect the best of theatre performance in delivering the production.
The audience should be expecting a mind-blowing epic performance of the life history of the first Prime Minister of Nigeria, the person of late Sir Tafawa Balewa.
The audience should expect professionalism first of all, and then they should expect to see themselves in the times of Tafawa Balewa.
Having gotten the endorsement of the family of the first Prime Minister of Nigeria, the play Tafawa Balewa, The Golden Voice of Africa, written by Ola Awakan, is to be directed by Denja Abdullahi and performed in Abuja, Bauchi and Lagos states in January 2025.
Which is the size of our country and of its population given.
Meanwhile, the team behind the play production paid a courtesy visit to the family of the first Prime Minister, Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa in Bauchi State, to seek their endorsement and blessings. And yeah, that's what we are seeing now. Ola Awakan and the rest of the crew, that's the brain behind this production about the life and times of Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa.
For the future reference, it's a good thing, truly, because our lives had passed. We are just, marking time now. So for the future, I think it will be of great importance.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful because many people don't know. Like in your play, there are so many aspects that people don't know. Or people watching the play will get enlightened, and they might imbibe. The young ones might imbibe what they have learned there.
It's like an awareness. These laudable things should have to be in place, not even now. This country needs people like you. Yeah, people like you to project this, our past leaders' history, yeah.
All right, those are members, in fact, children of the late first Prime Minister of Nigeria, Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, giving their endorsement to the stage play that is being prepared in the late Sir Tafawa Balewa's honor. All right, let's talk some more about what this all means. This stage play that is expected to be launched or to kick off in January 2025. With us in the studio is playwright and executive producer of Tales of Legend. That's Ola Awakan. It's good to have you join us again. And we see you've been all over. Now we've seen your latest baby. But tell us, give us a sense of this initiative, Tales of Legends. First, it was Abibatu Mogaji, the late Abibatu Mogaji, and a lot has been said about her. And now you're taking it even further, bringing us, especially the new generation, into the life and times of one of former political leaders in Nigeria.
Okay, Tales of Legends, it's an initiative that's created to tell the stories of our heroes, to tell the stories of the legends of Nigeria. And we understand that this generation and the Gen Zs, the Gen Alpha, they know little about these legends that actually, contributed immensely to what we have, as Nigeria today. So what we're doing is using live theater, which happens to be a very important tool and media instrument for communication, which is the theater, live theater, to bring back these stories, to tell their life, about their legacies, their life and times, for us to learn, to see that if these people can contribute in these ways, to the development of the society that we live in today, we can also emulate from their attributes and also use that to guide ourselves and not deviate from the plan that we have set up already for us as Nigerians.
What is the drive for you, for that young Nigerian watching you at the moment, for you now to start coming to tell stories, tales of legends in the country? What is that passion behind this? The passion behind it is to have a better society, a sane society where everyone will live in peace, where everyone will live in unity, where everyone will understand the cultural essence of our existence. That is just the essence. Because I discovered that in the society today, many of our youth are deviating from our sources, our origin as a people. Our cultural values are beginning to be swept aside, are beginning to not to drive us again to excellence. We look at foreign values, and our own values, our own cultural endowment, our own heritage have a lot to do, our history have a lot to do in telling who we are and what we should become. So that is the drive, to tell the story of these people, for us to learn from their contributions. If you look at the first in the series, which was Abibatu Mogaji, her contribution to the development of this country in the way of her legacies. Those were the things we looked at. And this second series, which is Tafawa Balewa, is to look at, yes, Tafawa Balewa was the first Prime Minister of Nigeria. When I paid a visit to the family members, there were a lot of things that they said. Even I visited the mausoleum, I visited the museum, and you could see that this was somebody who lived a selfless life for the development of this nation. This was somebody who believed in a reform of this nation, who believed in the unity of this nation. In fact, when I got to the museum, I discovered that, do you know that as a prime minister before he died, he had only 3 caps as a prime minister. The first prime minister of Nigeria had only 3 caps. That was the person who discovered oil in Nigeria.
So he lived a simple life.
A simple, selfless life, a life that should be emulated. So this is what we're talking about.
Yes, and that question, was basically something that I also had, I was trying to craft in my head, because I was like, my feeling is Nigeria, 64 years old, since independence, and we've had our own share of, leadership. We've seen it all, the Definitely. Good, the bad, and the ugly. So coming to arrive at, okay, my next stop in this Tales of Legend series should be Tafawa Balewa. And I'm wondering, why did you pen it down or, put a name to it that this is the person I want to project further in my series? How easy was it for you deciding on this personality?
Okay, so this is not a project, it's not a personal project. We've seen Tales of Legends to be a national project because whatever objective that we have behind it is to make the society, Nigeria, a better place. You understand? So what we do is we have a team. Most times we sit to look at, we have a list of legends that we want to tell their stories. Who are we picking next?
After that of Abubakar Mogaji, we said, okay, let's go to the north. And from the north, who can we talk about? You know, little have been said, not even enough have been said about Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. You know, for the short period that he lived as a Prime Minister of Nigeria, he died, he was overthrown on 15th of January 1966. And just from 1960 to 1966.
Beyond the basics.
And that was it. So how did he become the Prime Minister? What were those things, those values of ease, those personality traits that we can look at for us to be a better people? Now we look at leadership in this country. There is a whole lot that is, you know, missing out from our leaders. You know, these are people that we can emulate their attributes. Let's forget about political affiliations and all that. This is Tales of Legends is about personality. What has this personality got that we have to learn from?
And it's basically, okay. I'm sorry, Emmanuel, it's basically, so tell us what to expect in this. Tell us more, because I want to take you further on what you just said now, that the man, Tafawa Balewa, so that is among the things that viewers, the audience will expect to see before he became the Prime Minister.
Yes.
His time, however short, while reigning, and even after.
Yes,
are all this projected in the play?
Yes, in the play. I actually wrote the play the month that we did Abubakar Mogaji. And that was when I wrote the play. I started the research before that time, and I concluded the play. Then after that, we had some discussions with family members, because one good thing about drama is we cannot touch on everything.
Indeed.
But as much as possible, we try to ensure that there is reality in what we're doing. So we had discussion with some of the family members, away from the research that we did. And there are some salient, you know, facts about him that people don't even know about. So we're looking at Tafawa Balewa as a child. We are looking at Tafawa Balewa as a minister, as a first prime minister of Nigeria. We are looking at Tafawa Balewa as a family man. We are looking at Tafawa Balewa from the perspective of his passion, his love for this nation, the sacrifice that he did for this nation. So those are the things that and there are so many things that are, you know, dear to him, his values, his philosophies, that I have, you know, put into this play to be directed by Denja Abdullahi, which is going to give us, you know, a taste of, yes, this man was a great man that we need to emulate as a people.
So when we talk about these Tales of Legends,
yes,
one thing or key component that we should be looking at is transformational leadership.
Yes.
That is one key thing there. Looking at this, will this stage play also address this as an example to our leaders to be able to imbibe? And also, my second question is, what is the cost implication of this? Or are you just running this on a pro bono?
Well, it's not a cost implication from the aspect of what we need to put, because we're having 3 productions actually. The cast and crew, everybody, you know, domiciled in Abuja. After Abuja, we either have Abuja production. We are still contemplating on either Abuja production or Bauchi production first.
Pilot.
Because we're having 3 productions. Yes. We're having Abuja, we're having Bauchi, we're having Lagos State. You know, so we're having collaboration with the state governor in Bauchi State, which they are still saying, no, you can't do this in Abuja. He's a national figure. Let's start from Abuja. No, let's start from Bauchi. So that discussion is still ongoing. So what we're doing is, it's a play for everybody, you understand? Because just like I said, the plot of the play, you know, moves from Tafawa Balewa as a child to Tafawa Balewa, what were those, you know, the adulthood, the political aspect of him, and him being a family man, and the passion that actually made him who he was to the contribution of this country. So it is for everybody. Politicians are meant to see it, because his leadership style, you know, the simplicity in him, the sacrifice, you know, that just like I said when I went to the museum, he had just 3 caps as a first Prime Minister of Nigeria, someone who discovered oil. He had just 3 wristwatches. The bed that he used before he became Prime Minister was still the bed that he used when he was Prime Minister. Everything is there at the museum. You understand? Even as a Prime Minister, there were some things that he did for his staff. You know, do you know that as a Prime Minister,
then when he was going to work, there were periods that on his way to work, if he sees any, student walking to maybe to school, he would stop and take them to school as a prime minister. So these are facts about him that we've said, can we still have that now? Can our politicians today be, devote that sacrifice that we need for us to move forward as a nation? So it is for everybody.
And for those wondering, perhaps why Lagos, one would also relate to the fact that Lagos was once the capital of the country. Yes. We even have a monument named after him, Tafawa Balewa Square.
Yes.
But so there is a date now for for audience now to revel in this production. That's next year.
Yes, next
January.
Year.
That's a few weeks from now.
Yes, yes. So the first production will be on the 15th. That was
January.
when it was
that's
15th of January. That was when it was actually overthrown and killed.
Yes, so it's a symbolic
the 15th
day.
Of January.
Right.
Although the museum in Abuja, the museum, they're also having commemoration. So what we're looking at in Bauchi rather, what we're looking at is having the commemoration together. They have lectures. They have for in his honor. Right. So what we want to do is, if we merge it together, we can have our own play production later in the day, while the lecture will be earlier in the day. Then after that, we go to Abuja.
And you've been speaking about you've been giving a sense of power of collaboration and all of that. And now, of course, we know that this is a partnership with the National Troupe.
National Troupe.
Help us to understand how this has enhanced the quality of your work.
Yes, you see, partnering with the first performing troupe of Nigeria, number one performing troupe of Nigeria, which is the National Troupe of Nigeria, is something that has helped us to move forward, because Tales of Legends, using drama to tell impactful stories and also to tell the stories of legends of Nigeria, to inspire, to motivate, to move Nigeria forward in the area of cultural reawakening, in the area of, bringing back the value system that used to exist as a nation. It's a collaboration that is working, because they are helping us in the area of production, they're helping us in the area of artistic collaboration and so many other things. So away from that, we also partner with the family, we're partnering with the Bauchi state government, we're also looking at partnering with the Lagos state government, we're looking at partnering with Abuja, and so many other, because the theater is a collaborative effort and we must do it as such to get the impact that we want.
For that young Nigerian watching you at the moment, and he wants or she wants to join your stage play, is there any avenue for them to join? Or it's not open to everyone?
No, it's open. Tales of Legends, it's is a series that is ongoing, and Atlas Communications, what we're doing is to try to use the creative arts to form what we call empowerment of the youth. So far, from the first series to the second series, we have involved directly and indirectly over 2,000 to 3,000 youths, directly and indirectly. And these are people that believe so much, that have passion for the art, that have passion for using what they have, to impact the society. So what we're doing is, the window is open. They can reach out on the social media if they see any, platform to reach out to us. Yes, we are not stopping at with Tafawa Balewa. We're going to the east. We are coming back again. We have quite a number of people.
And it's an ongoing thing.
Yes, it's an ongoing thing. And we seek support from other people too.
Absolutely. We have our own share of legends living and no more with us. Ola Awakan, we are always proud of you, and we are rooting for you all the way. Thanks for your time. I know you're a very busy individual right now, and we wish you a brilliant outing in this series and beyond.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here.
You're watching TVC Breakfast Saturday.